over the culture, this is more than just a phase. Feeling like tsunami, see my walls lit with the waves.
It's your boy Tsunami Timo.
Tsunami Timo.
What's poppin', Tsunami Gang? It's your boy Tsunami Timo, and I'm back at it again. In today's video, I would like to discuss some of the most important, if not the most important, tips and tricks for straight hair wavers. Due to popular demand, I'm bringing back Rate That Waver. So if you guys have been with my channel, you may have seen it before, and we're bringing it back. So with that being said, all I need you guys to do to be featured in an upcoming Rate That Waver is go on Instagram, pick out one of your favorite videos or pictures of your waves, and basically just put hashtag Tsunami Timo at the bottom, and I'll be able to see them when I do Rate That Waver next time. So make sure you do that, and I'll be rating your waves in the next video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I get asked a bunch of questions on Instagram, ranging from washing styles to brushing, but in this video I wanted to discuss a few of them, the most important ones, okay? So let's start with the first one. When you first begin waving, it's going to take a while, a long time actually. So you're going to see forks before you see flawless waves. So keep that in mind. It's going to take months and months to be able to have flawless waves. They don't come overnight. So you need to be dedicated, and you need to have motivation to continue to go. It's going to be people doubting you. It's going to be people making fun of you. It's going to be people saying that you can't do it. So make sure you stay consistent and be patient. Waving is a long process, so you want to make sure that you stay dedicated. Now, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks is little to no time at all. So if you just started a week ago or 2 weeks ago, of course your hair is going to look terrible. Mine looked terrible when I first started. If you look back, you can see that. There's not going to be any waves, maybe one S curl or something like that, okay? So you're not going to see much progress until like 3 or 4 months into the whole thing. And then you're going to see forks. Forks are natural. I hear a lot of guys always tell me, well, I don't want to create forks. Forks are part of waving, okay? You cannot get to elite waves without having forks. Even the most elite waver will get forks before they become flawless. It's just how it goes. So there's no way around forks. You will get forks. Just keep that in mind. No need to even worry about that. It's going to happen. So when you're brushing your hair, I want you to basically turn your hair into an X. So what I mean by that is there's 4 portions to your hair if you're going for 360 waves without the swirl, okay? So from your crown, there's 1 on the back, 1 on the front, and the sides, okay? If you break that down into an X, meaning like this, and then in the back, then you will know that you just need to brush those angles back, these forward, and these sideways. That way, you know exactly what you need to be brushing. It's not rocket science. It's just 4 different directions. On your way to becoming flawless, months and months down the road, then you can go to 8 angles, okay? 8 angles is a little bit more precise, okay? But in the beginning, when you don't know all your angles, focus on the X method, okay? Right here is the top of the X, and the bottom of the X is in the back. So these 2 sides, this and that. That's all you need to worry about. This will ensure that you don't overlap your angles. Especially if you have a curved brush, this makes it super simple. So, when we look at the curved brush, right? The brush is curved for a reason. It shapes to your head, okay? So, this is the X method. If you look, this goes forward. That's all you need to worry about, right here. This sideways, and then this sideways. And then in the back, the same thing. Okay, and you want to make sure that you come all the way from your crown. That way you don't develop your waves and then have a bare crown with no waves around it. Okay, that's very important. Now, let's move on. Another tip, okay? A lot of you guys always ask me, what happens after a washing style? There's 2 things you could do, okay? I've shown you guys how to do a washing style, but there's also a different way of doing, okay? I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but it is basically impossible for you to lose your waves, especially if you've been brushing. A lot of you guys tell me 1 to 2 hours, 3 to 4. Some guy told me 5 to 6. That's good. But if you've been brushing like that, there's no way your waves are gonna wash out. Even if it takes a few days, they will come back. Okay, so don't be worried. If you do a washing style and your hair straightens out and you're like, oh my goodness, all my work is gone, I might give up. Don't give up, because they will come back. They're not going anywhere. Okay, and then when you're in a washing style, let's say you're doing one, right? And you decide, let's say, I don't want to rag up for the 6 hours after the washing style to let my hair dry. Now, I don't recommend this to every single waver that's watching this, okay? Especially every straight hair waver. So let's say you have hair texture 2 to 3. Then that's fine. You could do what I'm about to tell you. But if you have one type hair, I recommend you don't do this, okay? You can if you want to. So what you do is, after a washing style, you don't rag up. You rinse your hair without the do-rag, right? Then you brush your hair with a dry brush. Now, you don't want to use the same exact brush that you did the washing style with, because it's wet. You want to use a dry brush and an oil and just brush your hair until it's dry. This way, you don't have to worry about wearing your do-rag and letting the hair dry and unragging, and then your hair is all over the place. This happens a lot, okay? So, happens to me also. So, if you want to wash, then brush till dry. That is an awesome way to make sure that your hair is in place, and it will prove to you that your waves are not going anywhere. Either way, okay? So, you can let them dry under the rag for 6 hours to be safe, but you can also brush to dry, because as your hair is drying while you're brushing it, the waves will come back, and you can get a little bit more brush work in. So keep that in mind. Now also, a lot of you guys tell me, is it okay to lose hair? Okay, now losing hair is a strong topic, okay? I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction here. So let's get it clear. Losing hair is a huge issue, okay? You're not gonna lose hair from brushing, okay? Meaning that you're not gonna lose hair and go bald. Now, losing a bit of hair in your brush is only normal. I'm pretty sure all of you guys, you can go in your mother's bathroom, check out their hair brushes, there's hair in the brush. Now, finding hair in your brush is perfectly normal, okay? That's why they have brush cleaners. And you can rake through the brush and get the hair out. But you're not gonna lose hair to the point where you're gonna go bald. That's simply not the case. I get this question a lot as well. A lot of guys ask, when I first got the cut, my hair is sticking up through the do-rag. That's perfectly normal as well, okay? When you first get your hair cut, your hair is gonna be spiky. So it's gonna stick through the do-rag. So I recommend, especially if you're on a budget, get you something called sporting waves, okay? It's very cheap and you can use it when your hair is short. Now, this is exactly what sporting waves looks like. I believe it's like $2.50. I've had this for a very long time. This is actually what I used when I first began getting waves. Not this exact container, but this exact product is what I used when I first started getting waves. Now, when your hair is really low and you just scalped, or you're just beginning and you have a 4 against the grain, or let's say you even went to a 2 against the grain, you can use this to lay down your hair while you're brushing. You can put it in before or after. Either way, this will help lay your hair down. Forget if it's not all natural. We're not worried about all natural at this stage in the process. So check it out. Sporting waves, you can find this at Walmart, Amazon, Target, anywhere. So you can get this and it will help you lay your hair down and train it. Sort of like a pomade. I even used this product when I was in high school before I even had waves. So this is awesome if you're just beginning. Now also, I know I discussed this in a lot of videos, but when you're sleeping, I have videos on how to tie your do-rag. You want to make sure that when you're tying your do-rag or you're going to sleep and you're about to tie your do-rag, make sure that you double compress. Now what double compression does, it helps lay down the hair and it keeps your hair in place, especially when you toss and turn while you're sleeping. So what you do is you throw your do-rag on, put the wave cap on around, and then flip the do-rag up, tie it, and then you're good to go. So make sure you do that. That way your do-rag won't fall off at night, because I see so many people that always ask me, about the do-rag falling off at night. So I know it happens to a lot of beginners, but I'm telling you right here and now how to prevent that. Okay, so the last question for this video came from a guy who asked me this yesterday. I forgot your name, I apologize. So he asked me, how do you keep your hairline from shifting while it's under the do-rag, okay? So you have to keep in mind, if you're growing your hair out, you're gonna get bangs, okay? Everybody know what bangs are.
Not the banging. The banging. Oh, 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 oh.
So a bang is like overlap. So that's not exactly where your hairline starts. So that is why I recommend you guys get line-ups, shape-ups, whatever you may call it, from your barber. Now make sure you go to a black barber shop. You do not want to go to Great Clips. They do not know what they're doing. Go to a black barber shop. It'll be a who of you. So, anyways, you're going to tell your barber, I do not want a haircut. All I want is a low taper, line up like I said, and then take my hairline to where it is naturally. Now show him the overlap. You can take your hair, flip it up, and show him where your hairline starts. Now have the barber take that to where it is naturally. That way when you take your do-rag off, your bang won't shift. That's exactly what it is. It's a bang. It's not really where your hair starts. That will prevent your hairline from shifting while your do-rag is on. So that's going to be it for this week. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you can stay tuned to all the videos whenever I drop them. Please leave a comment and drop a like for your boy. It's your boy Tsunami Timo, and I'm out.
Sauce. Whoa. Yeah.